Once upon a time, there lived a wise man who had a reputation to solve complex problems. One day, two visitors came to him seeking guidance. Both were well-mannered, young fellows, and each insisted that the other should go first. After some discussion, they found that their inquiries were basically something similar. So they chose talking with the sage simultaneously. One of the young fellows asked, "Master, the problems we face are similar. We are both low-level employees being treated badly at work. We get no regard whatsoever and our bosses constantly push us around. Can you please tell us if we should quit our jobs?" The sage closed his eyes and started meditating. The two young men waited patiently until finally the sage opened his eyes. He offered them the response in 5 words. "Just a bowl of rice." The two young men thanked the sage and departed. They contemplated the answer as they walked back to the city. After a while, one of them broke the silence. "That was interesting. What do you think the sage meant?" The other one was insightful. "Indeed, clearly the bowl of rice addresses our everyday dinners." "I agree," said the young man, "that I think he was letting us know that the occupation is just a way to get by. Yes, when you come right down to it, that's all we get out of the job, our daily meals." They went their separate ways. One of them kept working at the similar spot. The other one presented a letter of resignation promptly upon his return. He returned home to the open country and took up cultivating. Following quite a long while, this young fellow made impressive progress as a farmer. He utilized what he had realized in the city to import great seeds. The foods grown from the ground he developed became known as the best in the district. He enjoyed not only great profits but also reputation as an expert. The young fellow who stayed working likewise got along admirably. Maybe he turned into a different person altogether. He took on troublesome undertakings and showed a capacity to deal with misfortune. He ascended through the positions and got an endless flow of advancements until he turned into a manager. At some point, both of them met again by some coincidence. Once they got caught up with one another, they realized that they had taken two very different paths based on the exact same answer from the wise man. They were both wealthy and happy. But which path was the correct one? How strange. The manager was puzzled. "The master said the same thing to us and we both heard it the same way." "Why did you quit?" The farmer was also puzzled. "I understood his words immediately. The job was nothing more than the means to get my daily meals. So why force myself to stay in a horrible situation just for a bowl of rice? Quitting was obviously the right thing to do." "Why did you stay?" "I also think it should be obvious," the manager laughed. "The job meant nothing more than a bowl of rice. So why was I getting so worked up over it? As soon as I understood this, I realized there was no need for me to get so upset. I didn't need to take the maltreatment loaded on me personally. So obviously I remained." Isn't that what he implied? Presently I'm totally confused. The farmer said, "Did he mean for us to follow your way or my way? Let's go and see him again and get to the bottom of this once again." They presented themselves before the sage and explained the reason for their visit. "As you can see, master, we would really like to know the real meaning of your advice all those years ago. Can you give us some insights again?" The sage began to meditate. The two men waited patiently as before. After a spell, the sage opened his eyes and offered them his advice again in 5 words. Only a difference of thought. When we look at our lives, we find that we all have our own paths to follow. Your state of mind is like a stream flowing downhill. No matter what direction you will take, you will get to your point of happiness. Each has his own way. So go your way and reach your happiness. It is only a bowl of rice. This is Motivation Minute Stories. Thanks for watching and stay blessed.